T-side dust 2 default. I've made a bunch of like mistakes trying to do this. This is my third take. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna show you how we're gonna do it. So the default, I think you guys know the default is play for picks basically, but it's more than that. Now I want you guys spread out across the map. One guy's gonna be watching long, like preferably like a lurk player. Maybe I'll diverge on this later. He could be playing from there, from inside doors, outside doors, car. Now, the other guy is going to be an opper. He's going to be peeking here, making sure that's the most aggressive angle you guys are probably going to take. I don't want, this is going to be, so you get picks, don't get picked, right? Now, what also happens is that the guy is watching cat from here. This other guy is going to be watching the push indoors. He can also be watching cat if he jumps on this box, tries to get those headshots. They can also watch it from here if they try to push up. And another like possibly lurk player is going to be watching upper. He could be watching it from here, from there, outside tons. Just basically like as long as you will get the pick. And okay, so you're going to be staying in your areas until two things happen. Either you hit the 1 minute mark, or one of your team gets a pick, or you get picked, but you really should not be getting picked in these scenarios. You guys like have all the advantages. Now say nothing happens, there's 5 players on each side, there's a minute left now. What happens? Well, it's just going to be a simple cat take. Now I want the guy in upper and the guy all the way at long to stay where they are, because this is about map control, and that's how you contain map control and keep it. Now this lower guy, I had the smoke earlier. It's pretty, just go like that. Now we'll throw the smoke. I want the like entry fragger and support players to be here and here because they're gonna be pushing up. The long guy, or I mean not the long guy, the guy playing top mid with the op is gonna stay behind them. They run up cat, push up. Now what you could do two things here. You could either do a really quick execute, which I don't know because they're going to be rotating at this point when they see that smoke, or what you could do is basically make them think that you just kind of took cat control and you're not really like actually executing up cat, and stay there even longer until 20 seconds about. Now what happens there, the disadvantages of that is that they could peek you and know you're there and then fall back, but you should be able to kill them. Or they will suspect it and they'll just stay there, so you just wasted time. And that maybe if you execute too slowly, then you'll run out of time. But that won't happen most of the time. The pros of it are that they might rotate back off. Also, they might push upper tons or long, and then you'll get the pick, and then you can just go from there. Now, when you're finally executing towards cat, the 3 players, the first guy, just make sure you don't get exposed from Goose. Just throw these smokes, and then just, actually not really, just this Molotov. Throw it harder than that. Throw it, so it basically mollies off the entire site. You might have to have the opper peek, or watch Goose, and have it scoped in for you, so you don't have to, die or be exposed. And then, one throws like a smoke. This smoke bounces around a lot, but it's pound for pound better than this smoke. And, while that happens, I want the upper tons guy basically kind of just lurking. He can go wherever he wants as long as he gets lurk kills or gets to the site. The other guy can push up. Just use correct timing when you think that the long guy's going to be like, oh, they're cat, and so he'll rotate over here, so you can peek out and shoot him in the back. Now, what happens if you get a pick? Well, you just turn into splits, basically. Now, basically what it's going to be is that I'm going to just kind of like cut the map in half. You go towards A if you get the pick towards cat or long. You go B if you get the pick towards mid or B, because mid's closer to B. Sometimes they play 1 mid, 1 B, and if you kill the guy mid, there's only one guy B. You should execute there. So, say you get the pick towards A, it's gonna be a pretty close to the A split thing that you might have seen. If you get the pick A though, throw this smoke that I showed earlier. That was for the default. Do the same thing. But the opper, instead of going with them, he's going to go long. He's going to throw this smoke, and then this flash for his teammate. And then his teammate peeks out. He's going to be backing him up. That was took a while. but and then you just push up long. Then the other person throws the molly and the smoke, and they just take A from there. And you want to do this quickly before they rotate. It's supposed to be a really fast execute. You got to do it like it's a time trial basically. Now, if you get the pick towards B, I want the operator to push up cat, and want the operator to push up cat, and just make sure that his teammate is safe while he's throwing this smoke, and maybe this flash, and then and that will be the cat guy who does that, and then he'll push up, and then the operator will be behind him. They check all the corners. Meanwhile, the lower guy is gonna bunch up with the upper guy, and they don't have to do this smoke, but if you do mention it, just call it the sight smoke. I'm probably gonna fuck this up. It's a hard smoke, but what you want to do is you want to go like that. What it's supposed to do is that I fucked it up, by the way. You want to how to throw the smoke. You want to be aiming perpendicular to this or vertical to this little divot right here. Aim at the top line right here while you're running forward. Yeah, that worked. And then while you're moving in, like throw a flash into the smoke, and just move this way basically. You could check car, but I don't recommend it. You could check mainly check this and back plat. Meanwhile, while this is happening, the people in mid, the opper is gonna throw this smoke, and then then he could probably go through door or window. I say he go through door just to make it quicker. And the other guy throws like this Molotov. I probably fucked it up. It's supposed to Molotov back up sight so they can't hide there. No, I got it right. And so, if you throw that smoke, this smoke, what it's supposed to do is isolate this, so you can basically just peek car. If the guy dies, these people can immediately trade him. And so the only other place they can be is back plat. And I haven't found a good Molotov for back plat because it either lands in the very back, where it won't spread there, but like actually like land in the corner, or it'll like bounce off of this or something. And while you have to do it while running, and it's just not like that consistent. You can try to wing it if you like want to, which is fine, but yeah. And then yeah, that's how we're gonna play the default. If you don't get any picks, just do a strong just a cat execute. All right, guys, that was it.